Next session, which explores how global banking leaders are leveraging autonomous systems to anticipate customer needs, enhance personalization, prevent fraud, and orchestrate complex financial processes with human-like intelligence and judgment. Redefining banking with agentic AI from automation to autonomous intelligence. Please welcome on stage CXO Advisor, Enterprise Technologist, AWS, Atif Salam.
Assalamu alaikum, I am Atif Salam, and I will not repeat anything. Promise, right? I think we have quite a bit of stuff that we have gone over. I'm based in Washington, D.C. I am on a trip around the globe, so I stopped by Pakistan as well, did a personal trip to family, and very, very honored to be speaking with you. So, first of all, I just gave them this picture to add to the slide, and I wanted to bring it up. Somebody asked this question from the panel. How do you define a bank of the future? And I know we talk about DBS. DBS is an AWS customer, tremendous growth. Ayush has been a wonderful CEO. But I wanted to share this. Humayun mentioned that Brazil is his favorite country, so I brought up an example from Brazil. And when I think of a bank of the future, this is a bank of the future. Just look at this. From 2016 to 2023, they've gone from nothing, less than 1 million customers, to 99 million customers. And this is from the financial disclosure from 2024. I met with the CEO, their two co-founders, David Velez and Cristina Genquera. I met with them in Seattle 2 weeks ago, and they told me their number has gone up to 1.2 million customers now across Latin America and multiple countries. If you can do this, however you do it, whether you do it by mopping the floors, whether you do it by throwing rocks, who cares about AI? Who cares about technology? This is what your CEO wants to see. This kind of growth, right? Now, I'll share with you how Nubank achieved it. So New, Brazilian, completely 100% online. They're opening up in Dubai as well. They're now white labeling their brand to actually grow. And they have ambition to grow to the largest bank in the world. That's their vision. They found that they could not achieve this scale without being on cloud. So anybody who says that being on cloud is any less secure than being on-prem, let's have conversation out there, right? We'll go out and we'll talk all day, all night tonight, right? And I'll have you name the largest banks in the world, whatever bank you come up with, and they are on cloud. Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, ABN AMRO. You heard from Ali just now. They're all on cloud. You cannot get this on-prem. No, you have to think about the scale. Second thing, they could not do this, and you should Google it. They could not do this without AI. And they used AI for everything, lead generation, having any customer. They had kind of this itch that if you're a customer and you have a checking account, why the heck you are not a multi-line customer? How do we make you multi-line customer? How do we sell you the savings account, right? They consider it like a personal insult if there is a customer who's still a checking account customer only, right? That you can do with AI, and that's what they did. You should read up on the details on how they did it. Third was fraud. And of course, you heard from Faisal, you heard from many others today about fraud. Fraud is absolutely, especially for an online bank, number one concern, regulations, everything. And the problem with banks is that when you have this kind of a growth and so fast, your fear is not the known knowns. The SQL injection prompt. Who cares about SQL injection prompt? There are lots of rules-based IDSs, fault detection, right, or fraud detection tools. Your fear is not even the known unknowns, right? Your real fear is the unknown unknowns. A fraud attack that you have never seen before, the world has never seen before. Any of your cybersecurity tools won't be able to catch it, right? How do you do it? AI. So that unknown unknowns fraud detection, that was a big focus for them, and they did it with AI. So I wanted to splash this. And then when I talk about fraud detection and cyber attacks, who do you think in the world gets more cyber attacks and payment fraud in the world? Who would you think? The largest online retailer in the world. Who is that? Amazon. So we have 30 plus years of data that we use to model on fraud attacks. And we actually make it available to our customers. That's what they used, right? So that's how you train your model. But what I'm trying to tell you is AI cannot go to production because of regulation. We cannot move to cloud because of regulation. If that's your excuse to not have a vision to have this kind of a hockey stick projection for growth, then there is something lacking in your story when you go in front of the regulator. And all of these banks that I talked about, they're all in Germany and the US and Latin America and Japan, MUFG, Mitsubishi, Japanese biggest bank. I met with them a few weeks ago. They're all subject to very, very, very strict regulation. EU AI Act, there's nothing like it. They are still putting AI use cases in production. I take a little bit of difference from Javad from McKinsey when he was saying that there's zero beta sannada. It's not zero beta sannada. I'll show you their example. Their customer who started to put use cases in production. And you can have that conversation with the regulator to move stuff. So this is me. Now going to my actual conversation. This is me. I am based, as I said, in DC. I generally work with board of directors and CEOs. One of the programs that we launched was to actually educate the people who block your AI use cases, who block your migration to cloud. Who are those people? Board of directors, right? It's very easy for them. They don't have to do any work, right? It's very easy for them. No, I'm not comfortable because they are risk averse by nature. So we actually have a program from top down, AWS leadership said, let's work with board of directors. So we go around the world, sit down with board of directors, and with some game simulation, educate them. So I run that program. If any of you want to have a board of director conversation, happy to bring that to you. My claim to fame was I led the largest securitization market in the world, $270 billion per day transaction. This is the largest in the world, even by far. The reason I'm saying this was done on AWS cloud. The second was, it's not the largest, but one of the largest servicing portfolio, $4.3 trillion book of business, right? Also on cloud. It was about 18, 19 million loans. So, and this is, I'm stealing from Javad McKinsey, right? McKinsey is our partner. One of the things that you see, or just focus on the last bar, it says the total AI economic potential. We've been talking about AI, but what's really in it? Where is the money, right? Show us the money. So that's the money. McKinsey has projected, and so far we are on track to McKinsey's projection. I wish Javad was here, that there will be $17 to $25 trillion of GDP growth by 2030. What's world's total GDP today? Who knows? Anybody knows? It's $100 trillion, roughly $105 trillion. That's world's total GDP, the whole world. United States of America is $33 trillion. India, Brazil, UK, France are all between 2.5 and 3.5. That's it, $1 trillion. China is about $18 trillion. As I said, US is 33. This is saying that AI will have a GDP equivalent to almost US by 2030. My point is, this $18 trillion, we all here in Pakistan, we missed the 1990s internet boom. We missed it. Our neighbor, they capitalized on it big time, right? So if you have an iPhone, it's being manufactured there. We have an opportunity. Pakistan is 1/30th of the world population, 1/30th. We have an opportunity to claim 1/30th out of that $20 trillion. 1/30th. You know what that 1/30th would be? What's Pakistan's GDP? You are all bankers, guys. Pakistan's total GDP, I don't even live in Pakistan, it's $340 billion. India is $2.5 trillion. $340 billion is Pakistan's total GDP. If we get our share in this, which is equivalent to our population, which is how much India is going to get, they actually are going to exceed it, we know. China is going to get that, their share. We will make double our current GDP just with AI, just by utilizing AI. And we are afraid of regulation. Come on, guys. We got to be aggressive to claim our share in this part, in this heavy part. And this is an opportunity of lifetime. It's coming to us. Now let's talk about banking, how banking will do it, agentic commerce. I won't repeat any of the concepts that you have talked about already. They've been covered by multiple speakers. But that's the opportunity that's out there. The only thing that I will say, come on, no more stats, folks, right? You know, I know you hate stats by now. What happened with this thing? Okay. All right. So I wanted to tell you that when you're talking to your folks who don't think about AI, give them something that they can touch and feel. Touch and feel. Has anyone used this? Asif, you have used it, right? You know what this is? In airports around the world, if you go to London's airport or France or anywhere in US, even in Tokyo, you'll see this store. You walk in, you grab anything, you walk out. Don't have to pay. It will be charged to your Amazon Prime account. This is Amazon's Go store. They're everywhere in the US. This is AI. This is touch and feel AI, right? I have seen Pakistanis actually, or Desi brothers, right? They will just try to move things around and see whether it will catch or not, right? Will trip any signals. Come on, this clicker is bothering. The next one was, I wanted to share with you this. So we have autonomous taxis coming on. Has anyone sat in Waymo or Zoox so far? If you sit in one of these driverless taxis, you call them, they come like Uber, you sit in them, and oh my God, this is a surreal experience. Nobody driving and it's moving, right? And it drives like a teenager, very, very fast, and right? You see, in the F1 racing, the car that moves, every driver has 300 sensors on their crash suit, helmet, and the car. There are 1.3 million telemetry data points coming that people are using to do betting whether the driver will make a turn or not. And this, folks, Project Kuiper, you should have read the news, is coming to Pakistan, right? Hopefully it happens. Hopefully there's stability in Pakistan for the next few years, and this comes to Pakistan. The contract was signed with the government. That will be a big deal. You will have the kind of internet speed that you cannot even imagine today in every part of the country, even in the rural areas of the country. So what my last point is, and I will skip everything, is this. So when we started last year, each one of these icons is a YouTube video that you should go watch if you don't believe in AI. If you still question that AI is not for financial services or regulatory markets or regulated markets, each one of these, NASDAQ, Principal Financial, Bank United, Jefferies, New York Stock Exchange, they have these AI use cases running in production, right? Since 2023. We have now New York Life. I was very intimately involved in New York Life and S&P Global. These are production use cases, financial services use cases running in production, have passed through all the Federal Reserve regulation and any other regulation you can think of. So I'm going to be here, and I will stop here, but let's have conversations about what can you go to the last slide, please? Last slide, very last slide, before thank you. I just want to leave you with this thought. Just go to the very last slide, please, with this thought. He was president of the US, Theodore Roosevelt. I love this quote. And every time I go have conversation about regulation, I bring this up. In a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is what? The wrong thing. The absolute worst thing you can do is to sit on your lazy asses and not do anything. So what does it mean? Doing something wrong is still better than doing nothing. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with this thought, and I'm going to be here for questions.